Have the Sixers made the same mistake yet again with another young, promising player? We'll talk about that. Also, Kyle Lowry's impact as the starting point guard of this team. Will it save them? And the upcoming 15-game Gauntlet. Perfect. What is up, everybody? RB here. Welcome into Philly Take with RB. As always, you know what to do. Hit the like button if you enjoy this show. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell. We'll continue to bring all the extensive coverage up and through the playoffs. Despite whatever happens with this team, we have you covered. So help us out. Support the word. Support the vision. Help us spread this channel around. And question of the day for the people out there after blowing 2 consecutive leads. A 14-point fourth quarter lead to the Brooklyn Nets and a 15-point second half lead to the G League Grizzlies. Is this Sixers team doomed? Are they done? Do you have any confidence in this team? Even if they get Joel Embiid back, Tyrese Maxey back healthy, we hope they're doing all right. If they get all these pieces back, do you think they can do that? And are they doomed? Give me your thoughts. And before we jump into all the madness, a shout out to our partner of today's video. Shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Southern New Hampshire University. It is 2024, and with a new year comes new goals. If one of your goals this year involves going to college, then I have the perfect opportunity for you. SNHU allows you to turn passion for sports into a degree with their online sports management program. You'll get to learn about the business and economics of sports, sports management principles, and how to gather and analyze data. This degree can help you prepare for a career as an athletic director, sports information director, marketing manager, and even other exciting roles in the industry. You'll get to tap into SNHU's network of grads working in sports-related organizations. You'll even get to take advantage of an internship or experiential learning course within the field. SNHU has one of the largest accredited nonprofit online degrees in the country. They are radically affordable, and their online tuition rates are some of the lowest in the nation. So go down to the description right now of this video, click the link, go to snhu.edu/PhillyTake to request free info about the program and start your new year off on the right path. Upon request, a real person will even hop on a call with you to discuss how the program can benefit you personally. Once again, check it out. Click the link down below, snhu.edu/PhillyTake. All right, man, let's jump right into it. So we're going to start off with the bad. Let's get it out of the way. I know you're all waiting for it. I did my ranting last night on our play-by-play show at the end. I just let it all out. I'm more of just, disappointed at this point that we can't see this Sixers team healthy. But here is what Nick Nurse had to say about Tobias Harris last night.
We've really been on the roller coaster with Tobias lately. Yeah. I think the fans look at a game like this, a lot of guys out and say, he's got to do this and he should do that. Do you agree with that sort of stance? And I guess, how does he, in a game like this, get lost in the shuffle for stretches of the game?
Yeah, I think that pretty hard for him at times, just because obviously he's going to be the focal point of the defense. You probably saw whenever he posted up, there was double teams, there was fronts, there was guys pulling over. There wasn't really any shots for him on that stuff. I think he didn't get by people like he has been getting by people tonight, but give them credit, they were.
All right, so look, man, I'm a Nick Nurse guy. Shout out to Nick. I feel like he's very constrained right now. And yes, he hasn't probably coached the best as of late, but overall, what is he working with, right? My issue, though, is once again the coddling. Nick, you got to call it out how it is, man. Tobias Harris has not lived up to par. He hasn't done it for 5 years, and he is on an all-time bad stretch right now. The fact that the Sixers went out last night and choked that game. And Tobias Harris, right? There were 4 guys in the starting lineup that had double digits. 1 guy did not. The 1 guy was Tobias Harris. Matter of fact, Paul Hudrick says here, Sixers had 6 guys total, starting lineup and bench, in double figures last night. Tobias was not one of them. So when Nick Nurse is sitting here saying, oh, well, he's the focal point of the defense and he's getting double teams. No, I don't care. Tobias Harris went out there last night and he didn't even care to look at the rim. It reminded me so much of 2-5 a couple years ago, and it's frustrating because Tobias is more of a likable guy in some ways, but ever since he made that sharpshooter comment last year and then the crumble cookie comment and all that stuff, this team has needed Tobias to step up. And when we saw it less than a week ago that you could go out there and put up 31 and be aggressive, you could go out there, put up 28 and lead the team. And oh, by the way, that was with Tyrese Maxey. We saw you could do that. And you come out last night against the G League Grizzlies. You didn't want it. You didn't want to go out there and dominate like you could. And Nurse kind of alluded to that. He said, he wasn't blowing by people. Yeah, he wasn't trying. It's frustrating. I don't know what else to say about it. But the more frustrating thing that we need to talk about is one young rookie player that was actually showing signs of life, and now he seems dead in the water. His name is Ricky Council IV. And give me your thoughts on Ricky Council. Did we overhype him? Is he not as good as we thought he was? Because I put this tweet out about 3 or 4 days ago, and I said, don't let Ricky Council become the next Isaiah Joe. Actually, it was 2 days ago. And the reason I put this out is because Ricky Council sat for 2 consecutive games. He did not play, and Nick Nurse actually gave an explanation on why he did not play those 2 games. And here's what Nick Nurse had to say. Now, again, I mean, people are telling me the Sixers are trying to tank the season, and that's why we're hearing and making some of these decisions. But really, he says, quote, he's been very good. We did get an influx of guys back at the position that are veteran players that you're always going to probably ride those guys a little bit more. That is the most Doc Rivers answer I've ever heard. Side with the vets, play the vets no matter what. Come on, man. Ricky Council has shown a level of athleticism, defensive skill, etc. Just a will to get to the basket and put it on the floor a little bit. I'm not saying he's perfect. I'm not saying he's going to fix all the woes of this team right now, but he has shown some life, and you go out and you bench him for 2 games, and he comes back last night, comes right in and misses 2 free throws. He ends up going 1 for 4 from the line, played 9 minutes, 0 for 3. His confidence is absolutely shot. He doesn't look good anymore. And I really hope that the Sixers did not make yet another brutal mistake and pulled another Doc Rivers and Isaiah Joe, where they stopped playing this guy and started giving him inconsistent patterns of minutes, and now his confidence is just shot in general. So I really hope that's not the case. Hope he gets more opportunity, but this is a Doc Rivers answer right here, and it is frustrating. Now, funny enough, as I was prepping for this stat blows up and hits me right in the face. I wasn't even looking for it. Isaiah Joe is shooting 69% effective field goal percentage on contested catch and shoot this season, highest in the NBA, knocking down 45.6% of his 114 contested catch and shoot threes. Hand in his face or not, Isaiah Joe is going to knock down shots. Isaiah Joe is a player, man. He's a dude for sure. And I really hope the Sixers do not make the same mistake. But what do you think? Are we shot? Is Ricky Council shot? I really hope not. Even Terquavion Smith isn't getting minutes. And I know Jeff Doughton came in last night. Credit to him, right? Comes off of really a G League burner. And he comes in and he goes 10 points in 24 minutes. I mean, it's pretty interesting, right? It almost seems like a bit of favoritism. This guy comes in right away and gets the nod, but he did play very well last night. Great defense at point of attack beyond the perimeter. Jeff Doughton, he showed something last night. He looked like he had something, but I'm not going to sit here and overhype anybody or try to get over the top. So we will see who gets the minutes moving forward. But man, look at this lineup right here. Look at this 10, 17, 16, 15, 8 points from your $40 million guy. It's just unacceptable. And once again, I'm not getting fooled by it. He has to be benched. It is frustrating. Now, one other guy that has made an impact is Kyle Lowry. And shout out to Jacob Moreno. Lowry did not play last night. Probably would have helped this team. But he has started 3 games. And in those 3 games, he went 14-5, 8-7-4, 15-10-6. It says a lot about your team when you bring in a 37-year-old, yes, championship pedigree, familiarity with your coach and GM, etc. But when you bring in a guy off the street from 37 years old, he wasn't even playing in Charlotte. He sat there for a couple weeks. And this guy is one of your best players on the roster. It says a lot about your talent level. But Kyle Lowry has been everything and more that we have asked for. And I do think if Joel Embiid comes back, if Tyrese Maxey comes back, all the ifs that we've been putting out there, then I think Kyle Lowry would actually be a really suitable piece to help this team, continue to advance. I'm not saying they're going to beat Boston or whoever else, but he will certainly help this team. He has made an impact. He's brought more structure to the offense, and it is, nice having a guy like that on your team. So shout out to Kyle Lowry. The last thing I want to get into is the Gauntlet. And if you thought the last couple nights were bad, and people are commenting at me on Twitter, RB, what did you expect? The Sixers are down all these players. What did you expect? I understand. I get it. You're down all your guys, right? It feels like there's never been a team more injured and sick in the history of the league. But you're going up against two really bad teams in the Nets and Grizzlies, and you had leads, and you could not put them away. Well, guess who's coming up on the schedule, ladies and gentlemen? Guess who's coming up for the next 15 games? Let's play a game. Let's play a game. I'm going to tell you the next 15 opponents, and you comment down below how many games they're going to win out of these 15. New Orleans, New York twice, and then Bucks, Hornets, Miami Heat, Suns, Lakers, Clippers, Kings, Clippers, Cavs, Raptors, Thunder, and Heat. Out of those 15 games, how many are they going to win? If your answer is less than 5, this team is in trouble. Right now, they're a half game out of the 8 seed. Pacers are 6-4 in their last 10. They're kind of just wavering. But if they start to win, and the Sixers have one of the toughest schedules remaining, and you look at Chicago and Atlanta, who have even both won 2 in a row, not saying they're going to fall down there, but they could, right? I mean, there's a possibility this team is primed to be a play-in team, and they better not fall to the 9 or 10 seed. If they do, man, we are absolutely cooked. But man, the way that this team has fell, just the monumental collapse without Joel Embiid, it is very, very frustrating. They went from the 3rd seed feeling like they were locked in all the way down to potentially the 8 or 9 seed. And it is just sad to see where this team is at. But again, I told you at the trade deadline, people said I was being negative. I told you they didn't address all the issues that needed to be addressed. And they thought it was going to be just like, floating pretty until Joel Embiid came back. Well, here you are. You're struggling. You got to step up. And that is why you have to win games like the last 2 nights. And you blew it. You blew it. Quite frankly, this team looked like they had no gas last night. They had no heart at all. And it is frustrating to see, especially 10 years into the process where we are at. Now you got to hope and pray Joel Embiid comes back. That's all we can bank on right now. Give me your thoughts down below. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to RB's Rants. Hit that like button, subscribe, drop all your thoughts down below. That being said, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.